Good morning, Red Wing fans. Welcome back to the channel and episode number 8 of Motor City Morning. In today's episode, I want to talk to you guys about Dylan Larkin, as well as look at the 2025 NHL Draft, but today we're going to be looking at players going into the top 10. Then, following that, I'm going to hit you with another Would You Rather to finish off the episode. If you guys enjoy, let me know by leaving a like, comment down below what you want to see in future videos. Hope you guys have a great day, and as always, let's go Red Wings. Today we're diving into the name that might not be lighting up the headlines yet. Make no mistake, this kid has the potential to be one of the most impactful players coming out of the 2025 NHL Draft class. Today, let's talk about Sweden's own Victor Eklund. Now, when you look at the early draft boards, you're going to see the usual suspects: the flash, the hype, the projected top 3 guys. But every draft has its risers, its hidden gems, and its glue guys. The players who quietly become cornerstones for contending teams, and that's where Victor Eklund comes in. And at first glance, he might not scream a franchise player. He's not the biggest, and he's not dropping jaws with insane highlight reels every night. But the more you watch him, the more you realize this kid thinks the game at an elite level. And in today's NHL, hockey IQ is everything. Eklund's most impressive trait is his vision. The kid sees the ice in slow motion, whether he's getting a one-timer from the half wall or threading a no-look pass on the rush. He's consistently 2 steps ahead of the play. And don't sleep on that shot either. It's quick, it's accurate, and it's heavy enough to beat goalies clean from range. He can finish, but just as dangerous as a playmaker, the kind of dual threat every team wants on their top 6. And let's talk skating. When the game picks up pace, Eklund doesn't just keep up, he thrives. He's shifty, agile, and dangerous in transition. You give him open ice, he's making something happen. One thing that jumps off the screen is just how dialed in he is every shift. He competes hard, never takes a play off, and battles in all 3 zones. Whether it's chasing down a loose puck or digging in along the boards, Eklund plays like he's got something to prove. Now look, no prospect is perfect. At 5'10", Eklund's size isn't ideal at NHL standards, but the league is getting smaller, but he will need to bulk up and adjust to the physical grind of pro hockey. Strength and durability will be key for him as he develops. And while his offensive ceiling is legit, consistency is still a work in progress. There are nights where he's electric, driving the play, creating offense, making things happen. But scouts will want to see that effort and execution night in and night out. So what's the ceiling here? Realistically, we might not be talking about a guy who's the face of a franchise, but in the right environment, he could be the ultimate complementary piece, the guy who unlocks the stars around him. Think high-end second-line forward with point-per-game potential if he lands with the right line mates and coaching staff. That's not just valuable, that's game-changing. We've already seen flashes of it, especially when he's paired with other high-end skill guys like fellow 2025 prospect Lucas Frondell. The chemistry off the charts. It's no surprise scouts are taking notes. Bottom line, Victor Eklund might not be a household name right now, but as we get closer to the 2025 NHL Draft, he's one of the smartest, most dynamic players to keep an eye on. He's got the tools, he's got the motor, and he's got the brain to make a serious impact at the NHL level. So let me know what you think, a sleeper steal or a future star? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Now here's some Eklund highlights to enjoy.
Positionen framför. I en perfekt yta. Han är liksom på väg runt. Men Eklund står kvar och vet att Eklund och med Djurgården. Det är en perfekt dragning. Avslutet är ju ännu mer kliniskt. Upp i krysset bara. Titta från den här vinkeln.
Fram den till rätt adress. Weigel och Axelsson. Eklund skaffar sig det där. Mål för Smådålig i pucken här uppe. Dräller lite med Hansen Eklunds individuella prestation.
Levererar Djurgården. Sissens som lyfter in pucken.
Sylvass eller Björkövnen på det. Eller Oskar är sylvass.
Gjort ett mål i spelformen och här kommer då reduceringen med den där strategi. Eklund vinner då med Blomgren och Kryger, så lite förändringar sker och då kommer också resultat på det. För Larkin. Blomgren vidhåller.
Då är ju Eklund där igen.
Och så styr han.
Ström. Så skyddar sig gör det också. Vi får gå tillbaka längre. Djurgården är mål! Visst är det mål! För Djurgården. Eklund är mål. Kanske sitt enklaste mål den här säsongen. Gick in så här. Hårt jobb av den här formationen. Ger belöningen här. Då får en sån här nästa läge med Ragnarsson är där. Avväpnar Eklund. Får med sig Axelsson. Eklund till Axelsson! Mål! Ticka!
Ser vi Eklund inte skott, passar, så tar den på en klubba och upp där på ler.
Eklund byter sida till Klasen. Gör mål! Det är Sissel som tar upp pucken. Via Eklund som hittar Klasen på den bortre delen. Och det är
and absolutely annihilated the record book for points in a tournament at the World Junior. Belander shoots the tip, score! Tipped in front, Victor Eklund. Welcome to the tournament, his first, and it's 1-0. Victor Eklund. Gets a little crunch from Jushka Baikov. Elvin Belander shoots, and that hit the captain and goes into the corner. Eklund back to work. Those two get tangled up again. As Aslan Jushka Baikov. And some tough defense on the youngster as he goes down. Eklund pass in front. Rister score!
The goal's not coming off the board, but get ready for the next play. Christian Kirsch did a really nice job.
A short memory as a goalie at any league. Pass in front. Tom Belander loads up, score! Another rocket wrist shot. Tom Belander and his second power play goal of the game. Sweden in control. They got 5. There's Belander. He's got 2 on the power play. Eklund right on cue. Sandy Pellica towards the net. Score! Axel Sandy Pellica, the captain. 4 goals. Sandy Pellica. They'll dish it down low. Eklund from a knee. Rebound. Score! Side of the net. Pounded it. David Edstrom. His second of the tournament power play goal. And Sweden has a 3-goal lead.
Hävelid, Frondell till in, men sen Eklund! Titta hur man är så bestämt från den där tekningen. Hävelid skickar över den där. Det är ett läge. Håller undan och får Fransson som ryggsäck. Eklund trampar loss med sig Frondell här borta.
Dylan Larkin, a name that means something different depending on who you ask. To some, he's the reason the Detroit Red Wings haven't made the playoffs in nearly a decade. But to those who really understand this team and this city, you would see that Dylan Larkin has given everything to the city of Detroit. He's the captain, the heart, and the engine that keeps the Red Wings alive through one of the toughest stretches in franchise history. And yet, 9 years without a playoff appearance, and suddenly he's the one catching heat. Let's get one thing straight, Dylan Larkin is not the problem. In fact, he's one of the few bright spots in a decade defined by transition, rebuilds, and growing pains. Larkin was drafted 15th overall in 2014, a Michigan native, a hometown kid, and by 2015, at just 19 years old, he made the Red Wings opening night roster, the first teenager to do that since 1990. And in his first NHL game against the Toronto Maple Leafs, he scored a goal and added an assist, becoming the first Red Wings teenager to score in his debut since Steve Yzerman. Dylan Larkin led all NHL rookies in goals that November and earned NHL Rookie of the Month. He was named the 2016 All-Star Game, where he set NHL records for fastest skater with a 13.17 seconds, still one of the best to ever do it. By the end of his rookie year, he led Detroit in goals, plus-minus, shots, and game-winning goals, something no Red Wings rookie had done in decades. But after that promising start, the franchise around him began to fall apart. The glory days of Datsuk and Zetterberg were gone. The rebuild had officially begun. And through it all, Dylan Larkin stayed. No trade demands, no finger pointing, just loyalty and leadership. He never had the support Steve Yzerman had. No Sergei Fedorov on his wing, no Hall of Fame defenseman like Nick Lidstrom behind him. There was no elite core, and yet Larkin carried this team, year after year, often with no franchise talent around him. And through it all, he kept performing. In the 2022-23 season, he tied Steve Yzerman and Henrik Zetterberg with 16 power play goals in a single season, cracking the top 10 in franchise history. That's not just good company either, that's legendary. And now in 2025, he ranks 11th all-time in Red Wing points. Think about that for a second. The names ahead of him: Gordie Howe, Steve Yzerman, Nicklas Lidstrom, Henrik Zetterberg, Sergei Fedorov, Pavel Datsuk. Larkin is right behind them, on pace to go even higher, and was doing it with way less talent around him. So yes, it's been 9 years without playoffs. But don't forget who stuck around, who wore the C through one of the toughest stretches since the Dead Wings era, who answered the media game after game, loss after loss, but yet would continue to give everything to this team, when nobody would have blamed him for walking away and going to a contender. In Dylan Larkin's career, he's played in 731 NHL regular season games, but yet just 5 playoff games. If you don't think anyone on this team wants to be in the playoffs more than Dylan Larkin, you're not looking hard enough at Larkin's impact. So in my eyes, the hate, it's misplaced. Blame the timing, blame the rebuild, blame the front office from years past. Don't blame the guy who's kept this team competitive when he had every excuse not to. When the Red Wings finally return to the playoffs, when this team is truly back, it'll be because Dylan Larkin never gave up. He is the captain, he is the culture, he is the reason that there's still a heartbeat in Hockeytown. Alright, welcome back to another segment of Would You Rather. Haven't done it in a little bit. Gonna keep it nice and simple. Today's Would You Rather question is, would you have rathered in 2020 the Detroit Red Wings winning the NHL Draft Lottery and selecting Tim Stützle first overall? Because I don't think Alex Lafreniere, if we knew what player he would turn out to be, would have went first overall. I think it honestly would have been between Lucas Raymond and Tim Stützle. So that's my question. Would you rather Lucas Raymond or Tim Stützle? If you're asking me, my answer to that question is Lucas Raymond all day long. I don't care about the stats Tim Stützle has. Lucas Raymond is an all-around great player. He's tougher. He'll be better before his career is over. Mark my words. Now, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hope you guys have a great Monday. Let me know by leaving a like if you guys enjoyed the video. And let's go Red Wings.